Hello, hello, hello everyone. It is Teresa from Teresa's Spot for Art, where I love sharing art from my heart and teaching you how to create a little joy in your life through some fun, simple, and quick art projects. You guys, I am surrounded by canvas and art projects. This is one of them. I'm going to take this, we're going to upcycle this into something really cool. Are you ready? Let me turn you guys around and we will get started. Okay, here's my canvas. I started already removing the staples. I am going to do whatever I can and use whatever I can to get these staples off the back of my canvas because I just want the canvas. We're going to be upcycling the canvas. In another video, perhaps we'll upcycle the frame as well. I'm using the staple remover. I have my X-Acto, my sheetrock knife, X-Acto knife, craft knife, carpenter knife, I don't know what you call it, my scissors, and then I have a couple of screwdrivers. It's a little bit difficult. I'm doing my best to get them out and tossing them. Some aren't in as deep, so that helps. Some are in really deep, so that's a bit of a problem. But if you don't want to take out the staples, you can just grab your razor knife and come right in here, right on the inside of where the staples are, and cut. Cut. And then you'll just have your canvas. So however you want to remove your canvas from your wood is totally up to you. Okay, now that I've removed all the staples, I'm just going to peel back my cover. Take out this frame. You can save this for another project and put that aside. Okay, here's my canvas. So I have my ruler here. I'm going to fold it in where it was already folded. I'm going to work my way around and I'm going to fold it in where it was already folded onto the canvas. So this is what we have. And this is about, let me get my ruler, 14 inches wide by 11 inches tall, which is good that it's 11 inches tall because 11 inches is the size of a piece of paper. So maybe you know where I'm going with this. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to just cut the corners off on a diagonal so they're not so bulky. All right, that's all. Getting rid of that excess. Okay, now I'm going to get some of my glue, and I like using this Aleene's tacky glue. Probably for this part you could use hot glue. I'm going to use this Aleene's, and I think it'll work just fine. So I'm going to open up my seams and I'm going to start running a bead of glue. I guess I have to cut both sides to get rid of the bulk. I didn't realize. That's okay. That's fine. All right, glue, glue. Glue. And glue. Now I would suggest putting this under something really heavy so it dries. Okay, take it inside, put it under some books. I could put it under this mat, and we want to let this dry really well. Okay, my ruler. I'm also going to get my ruler now, and I'm going to mark the middle. So this is 14 inches. I'm going to come down here and I'm going to mark 7 inches on the bottom and 7 inches on the top. And that is roughly the middle. Okay. Now when this is all completely dry, we're going to move on to the next step. And for now, we're going to pretend like it's completely dry. Where's my top? That's my top. All right. I have out some craft paper here. You can use craft paper. You can use cardstock. You can use whatever you want. I'm going to use this craft paper book that I have. I'm going to pick out something cool for the inside. I think I like this. All right. I'm going to need 2 sheets of it, and it is going to fit. So I'm going to take this. I'm going to lay it down. I'm going to mark out where I need it to go, and I'm going to draw a line. Okay. Get my scissors. Now this is going to fit right in here. All right. I want my spine in the middle of this junk journal cover to be about, let me see. If I do 14 minus 2 is 12, 6 and 6, yeah, I think that's going to work good. So I'm going to have my center be about 2 inches. So I'm going to take this piece of paper and I'm going to measure in to 6. Okay, because I want 2 pieces 6 inches wide. I know I rarely ever use a ruler, right, you guys? But I am now. And I'm going to cut. Okay, I want these 2 the same. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to cut them even. I could get a different piece of paper if I wanted to. This one has the top. I don't really care about that. All right. This one's going to go here. Actually, this one I want in the back with the border. So I'm going to put this one here. I'm going to trim this up a little bit because my canvas is not perfect now that it has been taken off the wood. And I want this to fit inside my canvas. So there we go. So that's one side. And this is going to be, again, I need to trim up the top. This is a junk journal, you guys. It does not have to be perfect. Art never has to be perfect, right? Okay. And there we go. So let me put this aside for now. And these are my 2 pieces of cardstock. I can use glue. I can use paper glue. I could use Mod Podge. I can use whatever kind of adhesive. I probably wouldn't use hot glue because that would dry too quick. I'm going to use this Aleene's, but I'm also going to get my brush. And where is my, here it is. I'm going to get my silicone pad and I'm going to put glue all over this entire piece. Okay, a little bit more. You use the kind of glue you have. I want to make sure I get it on the edges. I'm using my silicone mat because then I can just take my silicone mat and put it right into the sink, wash it with a little water and soap, and it'll be good to go for next time. Paint it down, and I'm going to pick this up, and I'm going to line this up inside my cover, inside my canvas, and glue it down. Okay. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing with this other piece. It's really important to make sure that our edges are down. And I'm just going to start using this brush. This is a brush I use for my Mod Podge, not paint. I'm just going to start painting the glue on here as best I can. A little bit more. Okay. Flip this over. I want this border to the outside, but you do you. And I'm going to stick this one down here. Okay. Again, I'm going to keep going, but we want these pieces to be completely dry. I might need to trim that up a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to need to trim this up a little bit. So I'm just going to get my razor and carefully trim this off and try not to cut my canvas or my finger for that matter. Let me measure, make sure I did my math correct. Come in here. My center is a little less than 2 inches. I'm going to cut a strip that is 1 3/4 inches. Put that over here. Let me get out my book. Now this won't matter. You're not going to see this. So I'm just going to grab, I could use this one. Grab any old piece of scrap that I have in here. I could use this. I'm going to use this. And I need a piece that's 11 inches long by 1 3/4 inches tall. So we have 11 inches long by 1 3/4 inches wide. All right. So let's go here. $11 inches. Okay. I'm just going to get rid of that for now. And then we need 1 3/4 inches wide. So I'm going to measure and mark the back. So I'm using my T-square. Inch and 3/4. Inch and 3/4. Inch and 3/4. And now I want to make a straight line. So I'm going to line up my square with the flat edge of my paper. Look for my dots, draw a line. And now I'm going to cut this strip. And I'm going to do the same thing with this strip as I did with these other 2 pieces. This is going to be a really nice reinforced junk journal cover. You can add then your signatures to it. However you want to add your pages. I will be doing a part 2 and showing you how I would add pages to this. This is just showing you how originally we can upcycle our canvas art into junk journal folders. I'm going to take this piece, I'm going to lay it in here. Cover up. Again, this is a little, instead of getting my thing, I just want to cut a little bit off the top. Put that in there. And then I want to make 2 folds. I'm going to make 1 fold here. Turn it around. Make the other fold here. And now we have our journal cover. This is our spine, this is our front, and then with my next video, get that glue in there, I'm going to come back and show you how we can add our signatures, strap them in, tie them in, glue them in, sew them in however we want. And so here is our junk journal cover made from an upcycled art canvas. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and I will see you next time.